Hello, it's Adrian Stern here from top10pokersites.net. Now, the New Jersey Division of Gaming Enforcement recently published reports for November outlining the performance of its online gaming markets. The report showed that the state's online gambling market continues to set monthly records in terms of revenues generated. However, one sector within the industry that has found itself floundering is online poker. Revenues generated by online poker in the States have been decreasing during the last 2 years, but stats from the DGE report showed that online poker revenue recorded in November was the lowest revenue in the 6 years since online gambling was legalized in the state. Online poker revenues have steadily declined with every passing month, in stark contrast to the significant revenue surge in the online casino market. Online poker revenues have decreased by an average of 9% each month, which represents a 4.4% average decline per year. To give you an idea of the decline, online poker revenues in November 2019 were 1.56 million and dropped to 1.49 million in November 2019. Online poker generated record low revenues this November despite two major online poker tournaments being held. The New Jersey PokerStars champion of online poker bolstered PokerStars revenue slightly, whilst the World Series of Poker Fall Online Championships did not have much of an impact on the bottom line of the World Series of Poker and 888. It's clear that something must be done to help online poker survive in New Jersey. One strategy that appears to be instrumental in helping online poker is expanding the state's player pool by integrating it with the player pools of other states. Pennsylvania is a new online poker market and holds a lot of potential. Combining player pools with other states may be a promising solution, but a number of barriers exist. Firstly, Pennsylvania has yet to attract other online poker operators to its state, as the only operator as of now is PokerStars. No other operators are slated to enter the market anytime soon, limiting the number of people in the shared player pools. Secondly, because PokerStars does not operate in either Nevada or Delaware, they can only share player pools within their sister state in New Jersey. Lastly, the solution requires an interstate agreement between New Jersey and Pennsylvania, as the two states need to establish a framework for interstate online gambling. Currently, no talks have been announced between the state regulators. Without overcoming these barriers, it's likely that online poker in New Jersey will continue to decrease in popularity and revenue. Well, Stephen Chidwick has done it again. The British poker pro took down the PokerStars European Poker Tour Prague €50,000 Super High Roller event after topping a 44 entry field and outclassing Party Poker Team Pro Bertrand Gospella. Chidwick walked away with a top prize of $725,710, continuing his impressive run in 2019. Just 6 players returned to the final day, each guaranteed to take home at least €149,000. British poker player Ben Heath earned just that when he became the first player to be eliminated after losing a race against French poker pro Jean-Noël Thorel. The Frenchman dominated the early stages of the final table, but he eventually relinquished his position when Chidwick won a huge game against him, with the Brit taking the lead in the process. Thorel finished in 5th place for €192,000. Chidwick was in command throughout the first break of the day and reinforced his dominance when the game resumed, sending Steve O'Dwyer to the rail in 4th place after calling a 3-bet shove from the Irish player. O'Dwyer collected €245,000 for his efforts. With 3 players remaining, Adrian Matteo was eyeing a second win at the festival after previously capturing the EBT $10,000 marquee event. The Spanish pro held ace-10 against Chidwick's queen-jack, but the latter managed to turn a jack. Mateo failed to find help on the river and ultimately ended his bid in third place for €320,000. Chidwick entered heads-up play with a huge lead against Gospellier. The Frenchman did his best to narrow the gap and managed to fight back strongly, but a 10 on the turn made it official for Chidwick, and Gospellier had to settle for second place, taking home €501,000. This represents his largest cash win in more than 2 years, bringing his total live tournament earnings to $14.5 million. Now, Chidwick has had an amazing run this year, scoring 16 major cashes, amounting to more than $13 million in 2019 alone. Among his notable wins this year was his victory in the $25,000 PLO High Roller 8-handed event during this summer's World Series of Poker Tour in Vegas, giving him his first ever gold bracelet and a cool $1.6 million in first place winnings. Prior to that, Chidwick also finished as runner-up in the Hong Kong $1 million No Limit Hold'em Triton Refresh at the Triton Super High Roller event in South Korea back in March. Add to that his deep runs in the PokerStars Caribbean Adventure in January, the US Open Poker Open in February, as well as the Aria Summer High Rollers in July. In his post-win interview at EBT Prague, Chidwick also revealed his chasing the Global Poker Index Player of the Year award. The Brit is hopeful that his latest victory would bring him closer to the top of the GPI Player of the Year race.